What's up, everybody? Good late afternoon or early evening. Thought I'd make this video a little bit of a special one because the College Football Playoff Committee released their first top 25 rankings of the year. And obviously, this is very relevant to Huskies fans. So let's take a look at what we got here. There's nothing really terribly unexpected here as far as us as Huskies fans go. Washington is fifth, which is exactly where we are in the AP poll right now. And I don't know where else you would put us, right? We're clearly right now the worst of the five major undefeated teams, but you got to put us ahead of all the teams with at least one loss. So that leaves really only one place to put the Huskies at number five, and there it is. The only team in the top four you could have even considered putting below Washington would have been Florida State because their schedule's been so weak. But honestly, Washington's only played one team that is significantly better than the teams that Florida State has played. And in that game, we won by such a weird. It was such a weird way to win that I get the sense that voters aren't even really taking that win as seriously as they would take pretty much any other win. So this is the only thing that makes sense right now. This is what happens when you mess around two straight games barely beating bad competition. So, not much to say there. It's exactly where we should be right now, fifth in the nation. You can see that Oregon is right on our tail, even though we beat Oregon. So, the moment Washington loses a game, assuming Oregon continues to take care of their business, you can see that they're going to jump us. And I mean, there's not much we can say about it, right? Even though we won the head to head, if we lose to a team like USC or Utah or Oregon State or whoever ends up being our first loss, because I'm sure we're not going to get through this next month undefeated, it's hard to argue. It's hard to argue that we're better than Oregon, even though we beat them. Now, obviously, you look at the teams ahead of us. Ohio State and Michigan play each other, so one of those teams has to lose. But would that team even drop below Washington with that loss to a really, really good team, especially if it's a close game? I don't know. What about Georgia? Is Georgia going to lose a game the rest of the year? I don't think so. They got tough games, but they don't have any elite competition to play until they get to like the SEC championship game. And even then, they're going to play Alabama. They should beat Alabama. And Florida State's not losing another game. Their remaining schedule is pretty soft. So it's actually a tough spot for Washington to be in here where they don't have a lot of room for error because they've looked so underwhelming for basically a month. And they have four pretty good teams coming up. I guess Washington State at this point, you can't really call them good, but the next three teams they play are good. It seems like there's going to be some kind of an opportunity for Oregon to jump us. Oh, and by the way, there's going to have to be the Pac 12 championship game where we might play Oregon again. And the way the team is playing right now, it's hard. Now, if we do survive that gauntlet over the next 3 weeks and beat Oregon for the Pac 12 championship game, or lose one game but beat Oregon in the Pac 12 championship game, that's different. If we beat Oregon twice, I'm sure we're going to be ranked ahead of Oregon at the end of the season. And if we win the Pac 12 and only lose one game the rest of the way, maybe we lose one game to a team like, I don't know, Utah or Oregon State, we got a chance. But I'm not getting the sense that Washington's going to get the benefit of the doubt here, just putting my cards on the table here. So I don't know how this is exactly going to break out, but yeah, the first CFP rankings of the year are here, and Washington is, I think, in the only place you could possibly put them right now. All right. The only other thing I have to say about this is I really disagree with this top four. I don't know how Ohio State is one. I think Michigan is clearly the number one team in the country, and then Georgia's number two, and then you would have Ohio State, and then Florida State. But it doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is that you get into the CFP, and then it's on you. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bow down to Washington. And yeah, it's a little bit of a weird spot that Washington's in right now, but bottom line is they have to start playing better. They have to start playing better, or this is not going to matter very quickly because you can see how quickly Washington's going to drop significantly the moment they lose a game, even if that loss is to a really good team, because they're just not looking good lately. And because of that, I just don't believe they're going to get the benefit of the doubt. All right. See you guys later.